when the day begins. Most people do not realize how much power sits in those first few moments after waking up. That early window decides the tone of everything that follows. Strength does not start at noon. It does not start after work. It begins the moment your eyes open. The way you rise from bed matters more than people think. Many wake up already feeling late, stressed, and pushed by the clock. That pressure weakens the mind before the day even starts. A strong life is not built that way. Waking up with purpose is different from waking up with pressure. Pressure says you are already behind. Purpose says you are in control. Purpose gives direction. Pressure steals clarity. When you wake up and immediately think about problems, messages, noise, and demands, your mind becomes crowded. You feel rushed without moving an inch. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your shoulders tighten. The body feels heavy. That is not strength. That is surrender. A strong morning begins before the phone, before the world, before other people's needs. There should be a moment where you remind yourself that this day belongs to you. Not every minute, but the direction does. You decide how you show up. You decide the standard. Even a quiet minute of awareness can reset the mind. Sitting up, feeling the floor under your feet, noticing your breath, noticing the light in the room. These small sensory moments bring calm. Calm is power. Purpose does not require excitement. It requires clarity. You do not need to feel motivated when you wake up. You need to feel grounded. There is strength in simplicity. Knowing that today you will act with discipline, speak with control, and move with intention is enough. Purpose is not about pressure to achieve everything today. It is about choosing how you behave today. Many people confuse urgency with importance. Urgency feels loud. Importance feels steady. When you wake up chasing urgency, you react all day. When you wake up choosing importance, you respond with control. Strength grows in response, not reaction. That is how leaders are formed. That is how confidence is built quietly. Waking with purpose also means releasing the habit of complaining in the morning. Complaints weaken energy. They drain momentum before it begins. Saying the day is too hard before it starts is a decision, not a fact. A strong person trains the mind to look forward, not backward. Yesterday is finished. Today is clean. That understanding alone can lift weight off the chest. Notice how your body feels when you wake calmly versus when you wake stressed. One feels open, the other feels tight. Strength comes from expansion, not tension. Purpose allows the body to relax while the mind becomes alert. That combination creates focus. There is also dignity in rising without resentment. The alarm is not your enemy. The day is not against you. Life responds to attitude. When you wake up with quiet respect for the opportunity in front of you, you stand taller without trying. Your voice becomes steadier. Your actions become sharper. Purpose in the morning is not about perfection. Some mornings will feel slow. Some mornings will feel heavy. Strength does not mean feeling good all the time. Strength means choosing direction even when feelings lag behind. A person who can do that consistently becomes powerful over time. If the first thought of the day is panic, the nervous system stays active all day. If the first thought is intention, the nervous system stabilizes. Stability leads to better decisions. Better decisions lead to better results. Results build confidence. Confidence builds strength. You do not need long rituals. You need consistency. One calm thought repeated every morning changes identity. Over time, you become someone who starts strong. And when you start strong, the day cannot easily knock you off balance. Purpose says this day will be used well. Pressure says this day will use you. One creates strength. The other creates fatigue. Choose carefully, because morning's shape lives more than people realize. When you wake with purpose, you do not rush into the world. You step into it prepared. And preparation is quiet strength in action. Strength that begins in the morning must be protected throughout the day. otherwise it fades. Many people start well but lose control by midday. That happens when discipline is treated like a mood instead of a standard. Real strength is not about how you feel at low AM. It is about how you carry yourself at 2 p.m. When energy drops and pressure rises, as the day moves forward, distractions begin to compete for your attention. Messages arrive. Problems appear. People bring their emotions to you. This is where inner strength is tested. Anyone can feel calm in silence. Few can remain steady in noise. The strong person does not try to control everything around them. They control their response. That is where power lives. Emotional control is not suppression. It is awareness. You notice irritation without acting on it. You notice impatience without expressing it. You pause before reacting. That pause is not weakness. It is mastery. Most damage in life happens in moments without pauses. One sentence spoken too fast. One decision made too emotionally. Strength gives you the space to choose wisely. Midday strength also comes from protecting focus. Scattered attention creates mental fatigue. When the mind jumps from one thing to another, it feels busy but achieves little. Focus simplifies effort. Doing one thing properly is more powerful than doing many things poorly. The disciplined person respects their attention. They do not waste it on unnecessary arguments, gossip, or comparison. Energy management matters more than time management. Time continues whether you respect it or not. Energy responds to how you treat your body and mind. Skipping rest, ignoring hunger, staying tense for hours drains strength quietly. A strong person checks in with themselves. They breathe deeply. They stand up straight. They reset posture and breathing. These small adjustments restore control. There is also strength in restraint. Not every opinion needs to be shared. Not every challenge needs to be accepted. Not every invitation deserves your yes. Saying no protects momentum. People who overcommit burn out early. People who choose carefully last longer. Endurance is a form of strength many underestimate. As the day continues, comparison becomes tempting. You see others moving faster or achieving more. Comparison steals focus and confidence. Strength comes from measuring progress against your own standards, not someone else's results. You are building your life, not competing in theirs. The disciplined mind remembers this and stays on its path. Even mistakes during the day do not cancel strength. What matters is recovery. Strong people do not collapse after small failures. They adjust and continue. They do not replay errors endlessly. They extract the lesson and move forward. This ability to continue calmly is what separates resilient individuals from fragile ones. By the evening, mental exhaustion tests character. This is when habits reveal who you really are. Do you numb the mind with noise, or do you reflect and reset? Reflection does not mean judgment. It means honesty. What went well today? What needs improvement? No drama, no excuses, just clarity. Ending the day with intention prepares strength for tomorrow. A restless night often begins with an unprocessed day. Clearing the mind before sleep is an act of discipline. Gratitude for effort, not just results, relaxes the nervous system. Rest becomes deeper. Strength is not loud. It does not announce itself. It shows up in calm reactions, steady focus, controlled emotions, and quiet discipline. When practiced daily, it compounds. A strong day builds the next. And before you realize it, strength becomes your default state, not something you have to force. This is how strong people are built. Not in moments of excitement, but in ordinary days handled with control, intention, and self-respect. As night turns into morning again, strength is renewed, not by motivation, but by commitment. Motivation comes and goes. Commitment stays. The people who win long-term are not more inspired than others. They are more decided. They decided who they will be before the day begins, so the day does not decide for them. Morning strength starts with identity. You do not wake up asking how you feel. You wake up remembering who you are becoming. When identity is clear, Actions follow naturally. You move with purpose instead of hesitation. You do not negotiate with weakness because you already know your standards. Strong mornings are quiet, no rush, no panic. Rushing is often a sign of poor preparation. Calm movement shows control. When the mind is calm, the body follows. A few moments of silence in the morning sharpen awareness for the entire day. Silence is not emptiness. It is alignment. The strong person uses the morning to set direction, not to consume noise. What you allow into your mind early shapes your thinking all day. News, complaints, and comparison weaken focus. Intention strengthens it. You do not need more information, you need more clarity. Physical posture matters more than people think. Standing tall changes breathing. Breathing changes emotions. Emotions influence decisions. Strength begins with how you carry your body. Weak posture invites weak thinking. Strong posture reinforces confidence without a single word spoken. Discipline in small actions builds trust with yourself. When you keep small promises, self-respect grows. When you break them, confidence quietly erodes. Strength is built when you do what you said you would do, especially when no one is watching. That integrity creates inner stability. As the day unfolds again, you move differently. Not rushed, not reactive. You listen more than you speak. You observe before responding. You act from principle, not impulse. This creates consistency, and consistency creates results that others call luck. Strength also means accepting that progress is not always visible. Some days feel slow. Some efforts seem unnoticed. Quiet work often feels unrewarded in the moment. But time is always watching. What is done consistently grows eventually. Nothing disciplined is wasted. When pressure returns, you return to basics. Breathe, focus, act deliberately. You do not look for shortcuts. You trust the process. Strong people are patient with outcomes, but strict with habits. That balance keeps them grounded. Over time, people notice something different about you. Not because you talk about strength, but because you radiate control. Your words carry weight. Your presence feels steady. You are no longer easily shaken. That's the result of daily quiet practice. Strength is not a peak you reach once. It is a rhythm you live by, day after day, choice after choice, calm after calm. And when life tests you, as it always does, you do not panic. You respond with clarity, discipline, and confidence. That is real strength, built slowly, lived daily, and respected silently. Morning is the only time when the mind is still clean. No opinions have entered yet. No noise has settled in. No outside pressure has shaped your thinking. This quiet state is rare, and it should never be wasted. Reviewing your goals in this moment is not about dreaming. It is about reminding yourself who you are becoming before the world tries to decide that for you. Goals fade when they are not revisited, not because they were weak, but because attention drifted. Life pulls focus in 100 directions every day. Messages arrive, problems appear, people demand time. If goals are not brought back into view each morning, they slowly lose emotional weight. They stay written somewhere, but they stop guiding behavior. But when goals are reviewed early, they regain authority. They move from paper into thought. They shape decisions before distractions arrive. You begin the day knowing what deserves energy and what does not. That clarity changes how you walk, how you speak, and how you respond to pressure. Reviewing goals is not about reading a long list with tired eyes. It is about connection. You sit still, breathe slowly, and remind yourself why the effort matters. You remember the life you are building, the person you are training yourself to become, the standards you refuse to lower. This habit strengthens direction. Without direction, even hard work can feel empty. With direction, even small actions feel meaningful. When goals are clear in the morning, every task finds its place. You no longer move randomly. You move intentionally. There is also emotional power in repetition. The mind believes what it hears often. When goals are reviewed daily, they stop feeling distant. They feel present, possible, alive. The gap between today and the future feels shorter. Action feels urgent, but not stressful. Morning goal review also protects focus. You become less reactive. When something unimportant tries to steal time, it becomes easier to say no. Not because you are rude, but because you are clear. Clarity creates confidence. Confidence creates calm refusal. Another benefit is discipline alignment. Goals act like a filter. Choices become easier. You stop negotiating with yourself about what to do next. The answer is already set. Does this move me closer or not? That simple check saves energy all day long. Reviewing goals also sharpens patience. Big goals require time. When you look at them daily, you remember that progress is built step by step. You stop rushing. You stop comparing. You stay committed without panic. This practice strengthens identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone hoping for change. You begin to see yourself as someone working toward a clear outcome. That shift changes behavior naturally. Actions is allowed. Morning goal review also improves emotional stability. When challenges appear later in the day, they feel smaller. You remember the bigger picture. Temporary frustration loses its power. You stay steady because your vision is steady. This habit does not require perfection. Some mornings feel heavy, some goals feel far. The review still matters. Even on low energy days, reminding yourself of direction keeps you from drifting backward. Goals should be reviewed with honesty, adjust when needed, refine when clarity improves. This is not rigid thinking. It is thoughtful leadership over your own life. When goals are reviewed every morning, consistency improves. You stop waiting for motivation. You act because direction is clear. The mind follows structure better than emotion. Over time, this habit builds quiet confidence. You know where you are going. You trust the process. You stop explaining yourself to others. You work in silence with purpose. Morning goal review is not a motivational trick. It is a mental alignment. It keeps life intentional. It keeps effort meaningful. It keeps direction alive. Days become stronger when they begin with vision. Progress becomes inevitable when goals are remembered daily. This is how mornings shape outcomes. One clear reminder at a time. Starting strong is not about intensity. It is about authority. Authority over your time, your attention, and your energy. When the morning is owned, the rest of the day follows that direction. When the morning is careless, the day begins to push instead of respond. Strength comes from setting the pace early so nothing else sets it for you. The first hours of the day are quiet but powerful. Decisions made here echo for hours. When you move with intention early, you create momentum. Momentum removes resistance. Tasks feel lighter not because they are easy, but because your mind is already in motion. A moving mind resists distraction better than a passive one. Strong starts are built on clarity. You know what matters today, and more importantly, you know what does not. Many people lose strength by reacting to everything. Messages, requests, opinions, and problems pull them in every direction. The strong person chooses direction before contact with the world begins. That choice acts like a filter. Energy is not something you wait for. It is something you generate through action. Sitting and thinking drains energy. Standing and moving creates it. Progress, even small progress, wakes up confidence. When confidence is awake early, fear struggles to enter later. Control over the day comes from rhythm. Simple routines repeated daily train the mind to expect discipline. Once discipline becomes familiar, effort decreases. What once felt hard becomes normal. Normal actions done daily build extraordinary outcomes over time. The strongest mornings are not dramatic. They are stable. Stability beats excitement every time. Excitement fades quickly. Stability compounds. People who rely on excitement struggle with consistency. People who rely on structure build results quietly and steadily. Starting strong also means protecting focus. Focus is fragile in the early hours. Once broken, it is hard to restore. That is why unnecessary decisions should be avoided early. Fewer choices preserve mental energy. Simplicity creates strength. You do not rush into the day hoping it goes well. You move into it prepared. Preparation reduces stress. Stress drains strength. Calm preparation builds confidence. Confidence changes how others respond to you. People sense when someone is grounded. Strong starts also train emotional control. When the mind is calm early, emotional reactions soften later. Problems are handled without panic. Conversations stay balanced. Decisions stay rational. This emotional steadiness becomes a competitive advantage in every area of life. The day always tries to take control. There will always be noise, urgency, and demands. Strength is not avoiding these things. Strength is meeting them without losing yourself. When the foundation is set early, outside pressure has less influence. Ending the day strong becomes easier when it begins strong. Habits follow momentum. Discipline invites discipline. Focus invites focus. So, one strong choice often leads to another. This chain reaction builds confidence that lasts beyond a single day. Over time, the identity shifts. You stop seeing yourself as someone trying to improve and start seeing yourself as someone who lives with intention. That shift changes everything. Actions become natural. Discipline feels normal. Strength feels earned. This is how control is built, not through force, but through consistency, not through motivation, but through decision. Each morning becomes a quiet vote for the person you are becoming, and those votes add up. When the day no longer controls you, stress decreases, confidence rises, direction becomes clear. Life feels less chaotic because you are no longer reacting. You are leading yourself. That is what strong mornings create. Not perfect days, but controlled ones. Not easy paths, but steady progress. And over time, that steadiness becomes unshakable strength. Strength does not announce itself loudly. It builds quietly through repetition. Each day that begins with control adds another layer. Most people look for a single moment that changes everything. Real change comes from ordinary mornings handled with discipline and respect. When consistency is in place, confidence grows without effort. You no longer wonder if you can handle the day. You know you can because you have proven it to yourself repeatedly. Self-trust is built this way, not through promises, but through kept commitments. The mind becomes calmer when it knows what to expect. Uncertainty creates tension. Structure removes it. A predictable start frees mental space for creative thinking and problem-solving later. Strength is not stiffness. It is flexibility built on a solid base. Discipline early in the day sends a message to your future self. It says, you are reliable. That message changes how you think, act, and decide. You stop negotiating with laziness because the pattern has already been set. Over time, you notice fewer emotional swings. You react less and respond more. Small frustrations no longer steal your energy. That emotional balance becomes visible to others. People trust those who move steadily, especially when pressure appears. The strong do not wait for perfect conditions. They move forward even when motivation is low. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Once this is understood, excuses lose power. Each strong morning reduces resistance for the next one. What once felt difficult becomes routine. Routine builds mastery. Mastery builds quiet confidence. This confidence does not need validation. The day may still bring challenges, but they no longer control the tone. You do. That is the real reward, not success alone, but self-command. When mornings are handled with intention, life begins to feel aligned. Effort becomes meaningful. Progress feels earned. Strength becomes part of your character, not just a temporary feeling. This is how strong lives are built. One controlled morning at a time. Strength deepens when you stop rushing the process and start respecting it. Many people hurry through the early hours as if the day is chasing them. The strongest individuals move differently. They act with calm direction. That calm does not come from having fewer problems. It comes from having practiced control before the world begins to demand attention. As the morning structure becomes familiar, decision fatigue fades. You no longer waste energy choosing whether to act. Action is already decided. This preserves willpower for moments that truly require it. Energy saved early becomes power later. A disciplined start sharpens focus. Tasks that once felt heavy become manageable. Not because the work changed, but because the mind is no longer scattered. Focus grows when distractions are delayed. Delayed distractions, physical posture improves when the mind is steady. Breathing becomes deeper. Movements feel intentional. These small changes affect how the body communicates with the brain. Strength is reinforced through alignment. Emotional reactions slow down. Instead of instant frustration, there is space to think. That space is valuable. It allows wiser responses. Over time, this reduces regret and increases respect for oneself. Confidence no longer depends on outcomes. It comes from effort given honestly. Even on difficult days, self-respect remains intact. This creates emotional resilience that cannot be taken away by circumstances. Consistency builds reputation even when no one is watching. People notice patterns. Reliability stands out in a distracted world. Opportunities follow those who show up prepared. Morning discipline also teaches patience. Progress is no longer rushed. Growth feels steady and sustainable. This prevents burnout and builds long-term strength. When you handle mornings with purpose, evenings feel lighter. There is less guilt and less unfinished tension. Rest becomes deeper. Life does not become easier, but you become stronger. That strength is quiet, stable, and dependable. It shows in how you speak, how you decide, and how you stand when things do not go as planned. This is the kind of strength that lasts, built daily, protected carefully, earned through discipline when it matters most. Real strength is tested early, right after comfort offers its invitation. The body wants ease, the mind wants delay. The bed feels warmer, the silence feels safer. Comfort speaks softly but pulls hard. Discipline, on the other hand, does not beg, it waits for a decision. Morning strength grows the moment discipline is chosen over comfort, even in small ways. Most lives do not fall apart because of one big mistake. They drift because of many small comforts chosen daily. Sleeping a little longer, skipping the hard task, postponing effort. None of these feel dangerous in the moment. Yet over time, they weaken self-respect. The person begins to doubt their own word. Energy drops. Confidence fades quietly. Choosing discipline early resets that pattern. It sends a clear message to the mind. Action comes before ease. When the first act of the day requires effort, the rest of the day feels lighter. Difficulty loses its power to intimidate. You realize you can act even when you do not feel like it. Discipline in the morning does not need to be extreme. It needs to be consistent. Getting up when the alarm sounds, making the bed properly, washing your face with intention, sitting upright instead of slouching. These actions seem small, but they build inner authority. They remind you who is in charge. There is a noticeable shift when discipline leads the day. Posture improves, breathing becomes deeper, the mind sharpens. You feel more awake, not because you rested more, but because you respected yourself more. Respect creates energy. Comfort consumes it. Early discipline also protects the rest of the schedule. When the first hour is intentional, distractions struggle to take over. Time feels more structured. You move from task to task with less resistance. Momentum builds naturally. This choice also strengthens. When you prove to yourself that you can act despite discomfort, emotions lose their ability to control behavior. Fear becomes manageable. Laziness becomes a signal, not a command. Stress becomes information, not panic. Morning discipline trains resilience. You begin the day by doing something slightly hard. That practice prepares you for challenges later. When pressure arrives, it feels familiar rather than shocking. You respond instead of reacting. Another powerful effect is self-trust. Every disciplined morning is a promise kept. Over time, trust in your own decisions grows. You rely less on motivation and more on character. Motivation fades quickly. This habit also sharpens focus on priorities. When comfort is delayed, clarity improves. You see what matters. You stop wasting energy on trivial choices. Discipline simplifies life by removing constant negotiation with yourself. Choosing discipline early does not remove joy. It creates space for it. The day feels earned. Rest later feels deserved. Peace feels deeper because effort came first. Strength is not built during easy moments. It is built when comfort is available and discipline is chosen anyway. Morning offers that choice. When discipline wins in the morning, the day cannot easily weaken you. You carry quiet confidence. You move with purpose. You act instead of drifting. This is how mornings shape character. One decision at a time, one disciplined action before comfort speaks too loudly. Discipline is the invisible engine behind every successful day. Comfort, on the other hand, is the quiet thief that steals progress while you sleep. The morning is the only time when the battle between discipline and comfort is clear, raw, and winnable. What you choose first, the easy path or the right path, sets the tone for every hour that follows. Choosing discipline early is not about being harsh or punishing yourself. It's about honoring your potential before distractions appear. The mind and body are strongest when they wake, and using that strength intentionally creates momentum that lasts long after the alarm fades. Every decision to push past comfort strengthens willpower. Brushing off an extra 10 minutes in bed to move, study, plan, or reflect may feel insignificant in the moment. It may even feel uncomfortable, but this choice compounds across days and weeks. One disciplined morning leads to another. Habits form, confidence grows. Before long, comfort no longer controls you, discipline does. That control is not about restriction, it's about freedom. When discipline leads your morning, choices throughout the day are easier. You act with intention, and energy once spent on indecision is freed to create results. Discipline requires a clear understanding of what matters. Without clarity, effort can drift into busy work or shallow activity. That's why discipline is not just about action. It's about focused action. Every morning, ask, which small act today builds the life I want? Which choice expands my skills, strengthens my mind, or advances my goals? The answer may not be comfortable. It may be physically taxing, mentally demanding, or socially inconvenient. That is precisely why it matters. Discipline is measured in moments when comfort calls louder than purpose. Physical movement is one of the simplest and most effective ways to practice morning discipline. Pushing your body, even slightly, awakens energy that has been dormant. Heart rate rises, blood flows, and the mind clears. Muscles remember effort, and so does confidence. Each repetition, each stretch, each step taken in those quiet hours is a declaration to yourself, I will not let temporary ease control me. I am the master of my morning, and by extension, my life. Discipline also requires timing. Acting early is easier than acting later because distractions are fewer and motivation is higher. Emails, messages, noise, and obligations arrive gradually, each one quietly reducing mental space. When you wait for the world to create the schedule, comfort creeps in. When you act first before anyone else has influence, discipline sets the tempo. Every subsequent decision becomes filtered through the lens of purpose, making resistance to temptation natural rather than forced. Mental exercise complements physical discipline. Reading, journaling, reviewing goals, or planning your day sharpens clarity. Each early act of focus strengthens self-control and aligns attention with intention. The discomfort of concentration is temporary. The strength it builds is lasting. Over time, mornings of disciplined thought create resilience that carries through difficult situations, stress, or unexpected challenges. Discipline becomes the armor that keeps your focus unbroken. The most successful people do not wake up motivated. They wake up disciplined. Motivation is unreliable, fluctuating with mood, weather, or external circumstances. Discipline is a decision that precedes feeling. It does not wait for energy to arrive. It produces energy through action. Choosing comfort first erodes this foundation. Choosing discipline builds a day that feels productive, meaningful, and unstoppable. Social pressure often tests morning. The comfort of scrolling, watching, or chatting can feel harmless, but it subtly trains the brain to seek ease rather than purpose. Every morning you resist these urges, you reinforce a habit that elevates your life. Small actions accumulate. The person you become is a reflection of repeated choices made in moments when nobody is watching. Comfort is fleeting, discipline is enduring. Discipline in the morning also trains patience. Progress often feels slow, and the brain craves instant gratification. Pushing through discomfort early teaches the mind that results are earned gradually. Each day becomes a small but significant deposit toward your bigger vision. That is the essence of consistency. Comfort offers immediate satisfaction but delayed achievement. Discipline offers delayed ease but rapid growth. Finally, discipline shapes. When discomfort is met with action, you internalize the belief that effort matters, that capability matters, that growth is non-negotiable. Comfort becomes secondary. You no longer justify avoidance because the act of doing builds a narrative about who you are. Morning discipline becomes a lens through which all other actions are evaluated. Choices align naturally with standards rather than fleeting desires. Early discipline is not punishment, it is preparation. It ensures that the body is active, the mind is focused, and the spirit is aligned before the chaos of the day arrives. Each morning, you choose discipline over comfort, you gain an invisible advantage. The day no longer dictates your mood, your decisions, or your outcomes. You carry momentum, purpose, and clarity into every conversation, every challenge, and every opportunity. The strength you build in these early hours multiplies quietly. Others may not notice the struggle, but they see the results: focus, calmness, decisiveness, and resilience. Over time, this practice separates those who succeed from those who merely drift. Discipline becomes the habit that shapes character, performance, and achievement. Each morning becomes a silent investment in the strongest version of yourself. Choosing discipline over comfort early in the day is a decision that defines the life you live. Every uncomfortable step taken in these hours is a step toward mastery, freedom, and purpose. The struggle is temporary. The rewards are lasting. Morning discipline sets the pace, sets the tone, and sets the standard. It is the choice that makes everything else possible. The way you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. Choosing discipline over comfort, focus over distraction, and action over hesitation builds strength, clarity, and success over time. Every early decision you make shapes the life you will live. Own your mornings, take control, and let each day make you stronger, sharper, and unstoppable.